All right, last one before I let you go,
All
because it seems
right.
like this one is actually made. All right, I ain't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's they're talking potential New York, but
Yeah.
they've been on Twitter going back and forth. They've done face-offs out.
Tio and Shakur.
Tio and Shakur, man, and
Woo!
look. I know you've seen Tio up close. You worked the
Right.
pads with him and stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You've been in Shakur around Shakur in his camp
Yep.
too, right?
Yep.
So I know that you got a lot of love and respect for both, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But just tell me, man. What do you
I'm gonna
think
give it
about
to
the
you
fight?
real.
What do you think about this fight, man? Shakur and
I
Teal, man.
think I think we're about to witness an atomic bomb in the boxing world with this fight. I'm excited just talking about it. I can't wait for it to happen. You got Tio who's extremely explosive. When I first get to mess with Tio, right? I'm like, he a small guy, so I'll put the small ones on. Boom. I said, ooh, I gotta switch to the big ones. I gotta use the big ones I use for the heavyweights with you. I did not expect think he can extremely explosive. And Shakur is phenomenal. I mean, he's just phenomenal, excellent boxer, cat like reflexes, sharpshooter, knows what he's doing in there, great ring generalship, know when to use his jab. I mean, Shakur is he's so good that it might be to a default. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. You got somebody like Roy Jones, who was so good that he ain't fighting nobody because he's so good. When they say he ain't fought nobody, he beat James Toney, who's one of the best fighters ever touched a pair of gloves. He beat Bernard Hopkins, who's a legend. You mean he ain't fought nobody? What are you talking about? David Telesco. And these guys are number ones. And it's just that he's so good, he make these guys look like nobody. So they say, oh, well, he ain't fought nobody. Why come he just can't be that good? I think Shakur is that good to a default where he's so good. They say, oh well, he I do think sometimes he needs to tighten up sometimes. With this Zapata fight, he got hit with shots that I feel like he shouldn't have got hit with being as good as he is. And I think with Theo, he can't do that. He can't get hit with those shots that he get hit with. Not not good.
Yeah,
Not good for business.
I think
Theo
Shakur.
can crack.
I think Shakur mentioned like he fought like that intentionally, and because of
Yeah.
that, he heard a lot of the online chatter, the criticism,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, I go back and watch a lot of fights, but the last time I actually was like, let me go watch some Shakur again. It was the Zepeda fight. I know it's the most recent, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it was a little bit more fun. So he did
That's
do that. But to add to your whole boxing so good as a default, would you agree? I think you might seen Shakur even post this quote from George Foreman, where boxing is like jazz. The better it is, the less people appreciate it. Do you think he falls into that category?
yes. Yes. Because you gotta realize that most boxing fans don't know nothing about boxing. They don't know shit about boxing. So it gets boring. Look like people listen, why do you think Gotti sold so many tickets? Because people like to see blood and guts. You hit me, I hit you. People want to be entertained. They want to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's more entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So with Shakur and Floyd and Roy, they say, oh, they just runners. They just run because they want to see them get hit too. And when they make something that's supposed to be so hard, look so easy, people don't appreciate it. Oh, they don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Shakur falls into that category where he's so good, they don't appreciate how good he is. But you gotta know, guys like me and boxers like yourself, we like, man, this is poetry and this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Poetry in motion. You know what I'm saying? So I think that this is going to be an exciting fight for Shakur because Tio is going to make him be exciting. Because Tio is exciting. The stuff he do is exciting in the ring.
Hmm.
Like when he fought Josh Taylor, how he put his hand, touched his foot, and jumped in with an uppercut. Tio dares to be great. That's why I like it. He dares to be great. He do stuff that your trainer like, man, what the hell is you doing? What the hell is you doing? He dares to do it, and guess what? It works. so so you know
I've seen them both in camp, completely different camps, and it works for both because they both win, right?
there
So
we it works. You know what I'm saying? So it's like But one thing about why it works for Teo, because Teo got that bomb and he frees the guys up with his power and his explosiveness. So it allows them to do all that. They so worried about getting hit. So I think that I think Shakur skills paralyzes guys. I think these are very great two great jazz tap dancers. I'll say that. Two great tap dancers. Whereas like they combat each other. Whereas like, okay, Teal, you explosive and you got this. But with this guy, you can't do the stuff you do on the other guys because he's a little too sharp. And with Shakur, you gotta take this a little more serious because with this guy, you can't fight. You're gonna have to change it up a little bit because you ain't gonna be able to lay on the rope like with other guy like you did, like you with this guy, like you did with other guys. So I think they both combat each other where we're gonna get the best fight out of both of them. You get what I'm saying?
Of course. Which makes me wonder then, skill for skill, these are two great amateurs and they've
Right.
accomplished a lot multi divisions. And so at this point, do you feel like there's a level difference between the two when it comes to athleticism? Do you see,
Yes.
and if
Yeah,
so,
but I'm gonna tell you why.
who is more athletic, and then who do you think has the ability to make the adjustments with the athleticism maybe better?
I would have to go with Shakur because he was an Olympian, a silver medalist from the Olympics. I mean, you know how many fights you got to win to get to the Olympics, and then you know how many fights you got to fight the medal. You fighting all different styles, all different type of styles, all of it, the best in the world, not just the best in the world, and you've been doing this consistently for year after year after year after year after year after year. To get to the Olympics and actually medal, get to the semi, get to the finals and medal. I have to go with Shakur. Have to.
And that's the adjustment part, but just naturally athletic. Do you still feel like Shakur, because he made it to that point in Olympics, that by default he's the more athletic fighter? Because I think people feel that Tio, because of how flashy he is, how he leaps and does all these type of
Yeah.
maybe it's a style thing that people categorize, kind of like
Well,
we talk
what?
about. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I look at this like with the Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather thing. Like Roy was more flashy, but Floyd is the more technically sound fighter. That's why he stayed undefeated. Roy, athletic, but technical in his own way. I'll say that. Uh, technical in his own way. So it's like I, I'm I'm doing an interview. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's like it's the same thing. Like To's more like Roy, Shakur is more like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So and Floyd is athletic. He's just been trained in a more technical way. So he won't do the things that Roy do because he's like, that's wrong. So I think it's the same thing. Like T.O., you get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
T.O. is very good, very athletic. But it's like, would that work against somebody like Shakur, who's technically sound and athletic too, but just in a more technical boxing textbook way? You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and we've seen T.O. Athleticism, work against him sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with Shakur, it's gonna have to be on point.
Hmm.
Same thing with Shakur. His textbook skills have to be point, on point because Tio got them bombs where he can crack, and
Yep.
we can't afford. He can't get hit with shots that he got hit with by Zapata from Tio
Yeah.
because Tio he's one of those guys. Once he once he feels some once he touch some skin, that get him going, get him warmed up. Like okay, he gets more brave. Like okay, the wheels start going. Oh, I can do
Yeah.
this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. And you can see him putting the we went like
When he's in the zone, it's almost
oh
impossible to stop it because
there we go.
he's
There
tapping
we
his
go.
back of his
Yeah.
heel and he's
Yeah.
setting up different traps and
There
his
we go.
confidence. It's like the key factor of his fight, right?
There we go.
If his
There we go.
confidence is here, you can almost kiss the fight goodbye. So Shakur
There
has
we
to
go.
rip his confidence from the second the fight starts and keep it that way because if not,
There we go. He got to keep that gas tank
yeah.
on E from the first round to however long it lasts.
But these are the fights that Teo excel in, you know? They said
That's
Lomachenko, the Josh
Theo fights.
Taylor,
He fights to his level of competition, and that's it's gonna be tough, man. Because when the money is on the board, Theo rises to the occasion every time.
and Shakur's jumping up in one at 140. He's
Yeah,
for the first time
and Theo
professionally.
and you know it's crazy when Theo win, he don't just win, he shines. He don't just win the fight, he shines.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Against Lomachenko, against Josh Taylor. Um, who else? Who else? Against Richard Comey.
yeah. That was his first step up for a title shot. Absolutely. Almost everything on the line for a title.
And
Every moment.
he goes and stops him in the most beautiful way. Make him get up and do.
I get,
So I'm excited. This is an atomic bomb, and I can't wait to
yeah.
watch it.
I definitely feel like this is going to be one of those fights where a lot of people may feel like it's going to be a technical counter-punching match where not a lot of action happens. But I do feel like Shakur, he's going to fight in the mid-range a little bit. I don't
I,
see
I
I don't
disagree.
really.
I think it's gonna be a firefight. I
Well, that's what
disagree.
they're saying. That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah,
what a lot of people are saying because they're contrasting styles of counterpunching, right? They're
yeah.
both, but I do feel like Shakur gonna be in mid range at times, and he's gonna tell Tio, "Come on." And
But I don't think he's gonna have to tell Teal to come on. I think that's just his nature. Like man, like he believes in himself,
yeah.
and I think he think nobody can touch him, and I think he's gonna show it. Like man, I think he's gonna show it. I could be wrong, but from what I've seen in the past, I think he's gonna be right there. I think he's gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have a favorite in this fight, or do you want to stay neutral?
Both guys are my friends. I love both
All
guys,
right,
so I'm just gonna
respect,
be neutral.
and just be a fan.
But I am looking forward to the fight, and I just can't wait to see. This is gonna be a classic. This is gonna
Yes,
be a classic.
perfect, man. I'm looking forward to it. Man, look, I appreciate the time, man.
No
We
problem.
got to make sure it's not like I think it was like 45, 50 days. It felt like an eternity since we did one of these. So
Yeah. We gotta do at least something once, twice a month.
we always got to find some. I mean, as long as there's some topics, man, because boxing could
Yeah.
kind of
That's what I'm saying. Like long as soon as we got, you know what I'm saying. We gotta hop on it.
awesome. Look, before I let you go, as always, the fight fans that want to get a little bit more Lonnie B, get in touch with you,
Yeah.
reach out. Where can they follow you on social media?
Lonnie B the champ on my Instagram, Lonnie B 168 on Snapchat, and Lionel Lonnie B Thompson on Facebook. Thank all you guys. I love you guys. The guys that hate me, the guys that love me. I love all you guys. You guys will see me in the ring soon.